Okay, happy quarantine. Bored enough to do this.
This is the first time anyone's seen me in months, and I couldn't bother to put on a new sweatshirt, so honestly, I get it if you don't watch.
This is if you are like really trying to try. You can do this in a lot less steps. But step one.
Okay, jumped in too fast there. What I meant to say is that this is what you can do if you have the time to try hard and like want to look like you didn't try hard, even though you did. But you could also just do without the straightener, and you could even do bigger chunks if you just wanted, you know, if you weren't in quarantine, going insane, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
One is flat iron. And start with like, if you have curly pieces in the front, like flatten out any baby hairs. And you want to just get like any of like, I feel like if you have naturally curly hair, if it's naturally frizzy at the top, like get any of that out. I have a cowlick back here. I'll get it out. I'm not going all the way to the bottom. Just like flattening everything out up top. And again, this is like the extra version, but if you are being extra, which, I mean, why not? Keep your flat iron on because you're gonna do it again at the end. So yeah, I'm just getting all the like frizz off of the top, and the hair color is not good. I also have like stuff like this, like get all that out. Okay, now that you're looking like Hagrid a little bit, little John Lennon vibes, you want to do the same thing. I mean, my ends are like kind of fine right now, but you don't want any like curly ends. And the bottom like 4 inches, just flatten out. Because again, you don't want curly bottoms because then you look a little crazy. I mean, I look insane right now to begin with, but.
Correct. You do.
Okay. Goes away. I use a Bombay 2 1/4 no clamp. If you have a clamp, that's totally fine. I just don't use it. So just like you can keep it down. I heat mine to 390. I used to heat it to like 410, but I honestly do feel like it makes your hair kind of ratchet. So, and I also feel like the higher the heat, the like curlier it stays. And for this, you kind of want it to be more relaxed. I also have really thick hair. So I would say if you have fine hair that doesn't hold a curl very well, maybe do it a little higher. But I wouldn't go above 400.
Bitch, we get it. My God.
Then I just start to, in sections that are like this big, my curling iron is still heating up. Okay, curling iron is hot. Sections like this. I have some short pieces in the front. I'll come back to them too, but I can keep them looped in. I start about, what is that, like 2 or 3 inches. It helps that my highlights are grown out because like that's where I start, but that's really not good. Wrapping from there. And I try not to wrap, this sounds a little crazy, but no more than like 3 times around because I want to have some hanging off the end here. So I have like 2 inches-ish off the end there. Hold it for like 10 seconds, let it go. Don't touch it yet. Don't put your curling iron on a wood table. And then just keep going. You always want to be curling away from your face. I also don't section, so see, like, I pulled that one down. I don't section off my hair because I feel like if you section off your hair, it can look like choppy. This way, like, it's kind of random and it just like seems more natural. The tricky part is when you get to the back, I kind of like alternate curling away to my face just so it doesn't look like if you're standing behind me, like my curls are going two opposite directions. So you kind of blend in the back, but this like kind of goes pretty fast because you can do kind of big chunks. I mean, that's a big chunk of hair. And you just go like that. Hold it for like 10. And that's it. Cue the time lapse, y'all. Okay, so once I get to about like here, I just have this much left, I switch. I did like a few opposites on the back, and now I switch to just curling away from my face from here on. So I'm like kind of just behind my ear, so I'm curling away from my face for the rest of this. Curled away on this side, curled away on this side. Because you want to curl away from your face so people can see your face. Probably not now when you're looking this crazy like me, but you know, usually. Okay, so this is important to note. Up here, you're gonna start seeing like funky things like this. And this is why we keep the straightener on, because we need to fix that. So I have like 2 more left, and then I'm gonna go in, help out my short pieces. If you have short pieces in the front, because you tried to trim your own layers during quarantine, then stay tuned.
Which I definitely don't recommend, but honestly, they've been kind of a vibe, so to each their own.
And sometimes I drag, like the front pieces, I like drag it down a little so that it's like not as tight of a curl. Okay, so at the end of the first curling part, like I'm gonna go over this one again. It's just looking a little sad. These guys in here looking very sad. Okay, so this is a crucial step that I skipped for years, but if you just do this, it's honestly fine. But like, do you see here, it like looks a little funky? Before I run through my fingers through it, I go back in with my straightener. First I turn it off. And just for these top pieces, I like re-straighten and I curve out so that it looks, I don't know, it's like hard to explain, but I don't know if you can tell the difference between like this side and this side. This part is like curling more into my face. So I just take it and I like kind of like, I definitely don't go all the way to the bottom because you don't want to take out that curl that you just did, but just on like these front pieces so they're not like curling in a weird way around your face. I do that. And then you can turn your straightener off because it's also quarantine and this doesn't matter. And then I just run my fingers through it. Usually do a texture spray, but I'm not going to do that because the only thing I have to do is go to bed. And that's it. The longer this sits, the better it will look. Because even this like can feel a little tight, but not bad. That's it. It's really sad that like my highlights are this bad. Yeah. Hope this helped. Kind of looks like trash, but it is what it is. Bye, gals.